Good morning, good morning, good morning. So it has been a minute since I have done one of these early morning sitting in the parking lot car videos before work about addiction. So one of my friends asked me a question the other day, and honestly, it's a question that I've been asked a lot, but I've typically ignored it because it came from people that I either didn't know or didn't respect, or quite honestly, just didn't care to respond to. And that question he asked was, or more like a statement, "Hey Sherry, you're a year and a half sober now. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much." And this guy, by the way, I look up to him so much. He's an award-winning journalist, and we've been friends for 13 years. So I've really respected his statement / question to me. But he asked, you've been sober for a while now. You're successful now. You're back on track. Your life is good. Can we just leave the past in the past? It just really pains me as your friend to see you constantly posting about addiction and your struggle, and I just don't want it to take away from what you're trying to do. And usually when other people tell me, hey, leave the past in the past, or get over it, or move on, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. They don't understand addiction, or they're just being a hater, and I ignore it. But since this was such a good friend of mine that supports me so much, it made me realize that this might be a topic for a video. And that's helping my friends understand alcoholism when they are not an alcoholic. So what I explained to him was that I unfortunately don't get to put my addiction on pause. I always have to keep it in front of mind, like top of mind, front line and center. The best way that I could describe it is it's like being diabetic. It's something you have to live with every day. You can eat sugar, but you're gonna have some consequences. But you gotta keep it top of mind that you can't. You're diabetic. It is what it is. You cannot eat that sugar. And just because you're a diabetic doesn't mean that you're not a whole bunch of other amazing things. Just because I'm an alcoholic doesn't mean that I'm not a successful entrepreneur, a super creative person that loves to write, love my employees, growing a very successful business. Being an alcoholic is just a small part of my life, but if I don't make it an important part of my life, then it can become a massive, unfortunate part of my life if I pick up a drink and if I decide to start thinking that I may not have a problem and the past is the past. I have to, for my spiritual program, I have to know every single day without a doubt that I am an alcoholic. And I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, including this time, when I post videos or post memes or have my Instagram stories explaining different things about alcoholism or how it relates to me, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing it because it's my way of spreading the message. It's my way of helping parents who have alcoholic children understand what they're dealing with. It's my way to help other business leaders and entrepreneurs, or other women who are struggling feel not so alone. So while sometimes these videos it's difficult because I have pride and I have ego and I want everyone to think that I have my stuff all the way together and I'm just some successful business person that never has any issues. And alcoholism, that used to be me and now it doesn't matter. I can be around and it doesn't bother me at all. I know that that's not true. And I have to constantly, the shirt that I'm wearing, how ironic, that's funny. Sorry, what does it say? Sorry if I'm being rude, I'm just really sober. All of my employees understand that alcoholism was a symptom of my thinking, of some of my trauma that I still haven't processed all the way. And so we all know here at Cornbread Hustle that it is a daily maintenance thing that we have to work on. I'm about to go to Cancun next week, which I'm so excited, but I'm about to go to Cancun next week, and I had an employee literally start to tear up, and she's in recovery as well. She's 3 years sober. She started to tear up and she said, "Sherry, please, 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 I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you to stay sober because this job is my life." And she said that because she's also an alcoholic, and she understands that if I put my alcoholism on pause, go out to Cancun and say, well, you know, that's in Texas that I have a problem. This is different. I'm out of town, or I'm out of the country, or this will just be one time. I know that if I put a drop of alcohol in my mouth, then I could go towards a very dark path. Now, could I have a drink and have one night of one crazy night and get right back on the wagon? Sure. But do I want to test it? I don't. I really don't. I lost everything. I had to rebuild this company from scratch, and I'm just not willing to test it. And something interesting happened the other day. I literally had like an assault to my face happen because I asked my dad if I could use some mouthwash, and I swish, and spit it out. And for the rest of the evening, I actually had a craving for alcohol. Like, I could not believe it. I had to get on Google, and I was like, does mouthwash make alcoholics want to relapse? Like, is this for real? Like, I actually, even at 1.5 years sober, did not believe that this is a physical problem. The whole alcoholism is an allergy thing. That didn't sit well with me. I was like, whatever. I'm sure if I accidentally drank some alcohol and, you know, now that I don't have as much as a thinking problem, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But confirmed, absolutely confirmed, like, definitely have an allergy, definitely caused me to have a desire of craving. And if I didn't keep my alcoholism front and center, if I didn't talk about it, if I wasn't honest about it with my employees, if I did not say I am an alcoholic, then maybe, just maybe, that little incident with that mouthwash could have caused me to go down the thinking of, you know what, maybe now I don't have a problem. Maybe the past is in the past. Maybe, just maybe, I could have moved on. And, you know, it's a mental disease, it's a spiritual disease, and it is a physical disease. And it's something that we as alcoholics have to, I don't even want to say have to live with. I'm going to say get to live with, because I get to have friends in this community that understand me and will work with me and will grow with me. I get to have a company helping other alcoholics and drug addicts find meaningful employment. I get to have to wake up and pray to my God every single morning, and I get to start my days off right because I know that I need to. Before I realized I was an alcoholic and I had to work this program, I didn't have all of these gifts, to be honest. And, you know, I am a Christian, and I'm very open about that, and I'll have people reach out to me all the time and say, well, if you're really a Christian and if you really had faith, then God would deliver you from this. I hear you. That's your path. That's your recovery. Or if you're not in recovery and you're saying that, then, you know, that's like telling somebody with diabetes that God will deliver you from it. Go eat sugar.